Today's daily sprint, we're talking about increasing our purpose, passion, and meaning. Bum. Our first point that I took away from this book, and it's actually nowhere in the book, but I still took it away from the book, and it's taking ownership of your frustrations. So we're going to talk about, does anybody love salespeople? Like we're here in a screened-in porch. They can't, I call the window man, they can't just give me a quote, hey, it's gonna be this amount. They gotta come down and ask me 10,000 questions. And I'm like, we booked an appointment for Tuesday, and I'm like, hey, can you just save us all some time and just give me a quote? I'd hate for your guy to come all the way out here and try to sell me and my wife when it's either in the cards or it's not in the cards, right? You know, and it's funny, they're like, make sure your wife is present too. Like, oh, they're doing all the things, I love it. But of course that can't happen. But first of all, first point, yes, the sales process could be frustrating, but the first thing that we need to own, you need to own this, I need to own it, is we're all salespeople. You try to sell me why I should buy a Starbucks drink with 100 grams of sugar in there every time. Love my Starbs. The chocolate maca latte, it's so amazing. You know, they're not gonna pay you any money, but you're still selling it. We had to sell each other's spouses. I had to put the good face on. I continue to need to do this if I don't want to get divorced. I had to sell myself. I didn't show up on our first date and be like, yeah, I flatulate in public. I burp out loud. I scratch myself. No, she didn't really hear about those things on the first date. She saw the best side of me. I was selling. I was giving my good quality. Same with her to me. So the first thing you got to own, you sell, I sell, we all sell. We all sell things, especially if you're a doctor, or my sister, she's an attorney. She does hardcore sales. Doctors, they sell you. We just don't, research what they sell us. Hey, right, take this pill. Next thing you know, your stomach is rattling because you take so many pills that the salesperson, i.e. doctor, told you to take. Totally cool. We all do sales. We've got to own that. But what about the frustration that I said we need to own? The frustration is when we're like, oh, I just hate salespeople. This was just me a minute ago. I was reading the book, got on the line to book the window man. I was just like, we got to book an appointment. The guy's got to come out and he's going to sit down and he's going to do all these things. And then I was like, well, wait a minute. Just like the book is saying, just own it. All I need to tell this guy after he gives the quote, if it's reasonable, done, okay? You're hired. Window me, please. If it's not in the cards, hey, I'm not in the market to be paying that much for windows at this time. Thank you so much. But thank you so much. I've got to own the frustration, because what we get frustrated with, this is good, what we get frustrated with, we don't get frustrated with the sales guy. We get frustrated with ourselves because we sit there on our hands and let them blah, blah, blah after we've said no, or we're mad at ourselves because we never said no to begin with, and we're just like, sounds good, I'm gonna think about it. Is that you? When a salesperson's coming out, oh, sounds good, I'll talk to my husband, I'll talk to my wife, or I'll think about it. When in your mind, you're just like, I need to get the heck out of here. I'm never buying a thing from this person. So politely and respectfully and firmly say that, hey, bud, I really appreciate your tenacity and passion to sell this product. I am not in the market for it at this time. My answer to you right now is no. That's it. That's all it takes. And I'm gonna tell you, you're gonna walk away from that process not being mad at yourself for being spineless, not being mad at yourself for allowing your time to get wasted, not being mad at yourself for now you gotta deal with a follow-up call and he's gonna text you and phone you a million times. Because here's the thing, all that salesperson is doing is taking you at your word. If you said, I wanna think about it, I really love what you have to say, I just don't make spur of the moment decisions, then they're gonna take you at your word. Is your word like a slimy ball? Like, is your word like flaccid? Okay, are you saying those flaccid comments just because you can't take the stand to say no? N-O spells no. So that's the true reason why I was apprehensive about this salesperson, and now I own it, man. I'm not apprehensive anymore. I'm actually pumped for the sales guy to come here, give me the quote, and maybe we'll have new windows here. But I'll tell you what, if the quote isn't palatable, we won't have new windows, but I certainly won't be mad at myself for telling the guy, no, I'm not in the market to pay that right now. Thank you very much. Appreciate your time. And if he tries to come back, hey, I really appreciate your tenacity. I said no. Let me show you the doorman. Fist bump. Love ya. Okay. If that happens, I will not feel upset, and I no longer will. I'll stop hating salespeople. I'll never be like, oh, salespeople are so frustrating, they're so pushy, because they won't be that way in my world anymore because I owned it. Love it, team. Let me know what you think of this in the comments, and just start owning the sales process, whether it's your sales process to someone else or their sales process to you. Just own it and say yes or no. Love it. You have a great growth-driven rest of your week.